red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say,
Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight?
Then all the reindeer loved him as they shouted out with glee, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say,
Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight?
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, they really dig you, can't you see? Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history. Rudolph, Rudolph, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer.
Hello, and welcome to the 2024 Winter Night of Arts here at Arcadia High School. Please make sure your cell phones are on silent. The link to the live stream is in the program, so feel free to share with folks at home. First, we'll begin with a few songs by the Guitar Club led by Mr. Markland and Mr. Matthews. After, the theater department is putting on their production of Beowulf on a Budget, directed by Miss Walker. Thank you and enjoy.
Good evening. We are performing 1979 by the Master Puppets. Hope y'all enjoy it. Oh, also, we're the AHS.
get started on our drama performance, Beowulf on a Budget, I just wanted to take a moment to appreciate each and every one of you. By you being present here today, it's made us all grow as human beings, and that's what makes y'all different from anyone else. So thank you very much for that, and just remember, it's always a great day to be a Firebird. Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentle folks. We very much appreciate you attending our performance of Beowulf this evening. Beowulf is the oldest written piece of literature in the English language, and we are excited to present it to you on the stage this very evening. And thank goodness. What took you so long?
I hurried as fast as I could.
Any luck?
Well, all the costume shops were closed, so I drove home and rummaged through my house.
Your house?
Yeah, my family house.
What's this?
Beowulf's helmet.
Are you trying to tell me you propose we use this box of junk for props and costumes? Shh. Excuse us just one additional moment, please. We cannot put on an epic classic like Beowulf with junk from your house?
Well, do you have a better idea?
What about the props and costumes that were stolen? Have we heard anything from the police?
I just got off the phone with the captain, and he said that they'll get on the case first thing next week.
Next week? But we have a full house right now.
That's what I told him. He said that they're too busy to worry about props and costumes stolen from a small-time theater.
Small time. These people are expecting a top-notch performance of an epic classic.
What's your call? Do you want me to shoot this stuff to the actors or not?
No! Well, I mean, I don't know.
Excuse me? Is there a problem?
Yeah, let's get this show on the road.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, there seems to have been a little setback in production plans due to a break-in.
You're not about to tell us that there isn't going to be a performance.
I worked overtime for 2 weeks to pay for my tickets.
You see,
I don't know when I can purchase my ticket.
You told me you lost it.
Just get the face started.
well, since you put it that way, don't just stand there. Get this box of junk backstage to the cast.
Okay. Just remember, one man's junk is another man's treasure. And right now, this junk is worth a lot.
Go! And get the police captain on there and tell him to find ourselves
What's this?
It's your helmet.
I can't wear this.
Make it work. Now go. Well, let's begin now. Maybe this will be the end of us. I'll just take my place and begin the story. Hear me? I am taking my place and beginning the story now.
Everything set.
Let's begin, shall we? Years and years ago, actually more than 1,000 years ago, there was a kingdom ruled by the righteous King Hygelac, king of the Geeks. He was a mighty king who ruled justly. One day, a royal bard began to tell of a terrible occurrence happening across the waters in the land of the Danes.
What is this you say, Royal Bard?
Bard, where is your costume? The bard had just risen from a restless night's sleep and had not yet time to get dressed. So, the royal bard went to the king and placed a firm hand on his royal robe. And with fear and trembling in his voice, he said,
The worst kind of terrible monster has attacked in the land of the Danes, Your Majesty.
the king ripped his crown from his head and threw it to the ground in anger.
Has anyone tried to kill this terrible beast?
The young bard took a letter from his vest pocket.
This is a letter from King Hrothgar. He says that many of his men have been murdered by this evil creature.
And what is this creature like?
The bard told how ugly and grotesque this monster was. He told how it rose from the bowels of earth and made its way through the wood to King Hrothgar's hall, Hero. He told how the monster waited patiently until all were asleep and attacked with all of its might, slashing them with its sword-like claws and biting them with its razor-sharp teeth.
Okay, I get the picture.
Sorry, Your Majesty, but this monster is too strong to be defeated.
The bard went on to explain how everyone in the land of the Danes lived in constant fear. The king placed his crown back onto his head and thought aloud.
Who could possibly defeat this evil and dangerous demon?
Just as he turned, he saw his nephew Beowulf enter the room, covered in his armor made of mail.
I have come to defeat Grendel.
Beowulf explained that he had heard how terrible the creature was, and that the monster's name was Grendel. He went on to tell how he had heard how hideously ugly this creature was, and how he, the great Beowulf, would single-handedly bring the creature down and kill it for good.
You are the bravest man I've ever known, my nephew.
Hygelac took his nephew by the shoulder, looked him straight in the eye, and said to him,
May God bless you and keep you safe.
Beowulf bowed before he turned to leave, said a last goodbye to his uncle.
Goodbye, my uncle.
So Beowulf and a small group of his best soldiers jumped into a boat and headed across the waters to the land of the Danes. So Beowulf jumped into a boat.
Sorry, we were waiting for the boot to dry. Get in.
Beowulf headed across the waters, flat in his. Once Beowulf reached his destination, he was presented by the captain of the King's Coast Guard.
Halt!
Said the captain,
Who dares land upon King Hrothgar's beach without prior consent?
I have come to kill the monster Grendel.
the captain of the Coast Guard begged Beowulf to return home where he would be safe from Grendel's attacks.
Please, just go home where you'll be safe.
Beowulf would not listen, but the captain continued to plead and beg.
Please, we don't want another death at the hands of this demon.
Finally, Beowulf Beowulf rose his hand and spoke forcefully.
Stop! I appreciate your concern, but I must do what I must do.
So Beowulf helped the captain to his flippers, and thanked him for allowing him to land upon the royal coast. Beowulf then summoned his best soldiers, who had traveled with him.
Soldiers, I summon you.
The first soldier approached, also clad in mail armor.
I am here, Sir Beowulf. I am here, Sir Beowulf.
Come forth, we shall speak with the king.
With
Follow
that,
me.
the soldiers followed their leader to the great hall.
You are either the bravest man I've ever met or the most foolish.
But the captain knew it was no use trying to dissuade Beowulf, so he decided to go for a nice swim in the ocean instead.
Last one in is wrong Grendel leg.
So Beowulf and his men made their way to the great hall, Hero, where King Hrothgar reigned. They reached their destination and were presented to his majesty, who entered wearing his royal robe. He was followed by his royal page.
All kneel for His Majesty, the great King Hrothgar, King of the Danes.
Thank you, my faithful page. Tell this stranger from across the water that he and his soldiers may stand.
You and your soldiers may stand, stranger from across the water.
Beowulf, I've been told you've come to kill the beast Grendel.
Indeed I have.
But where's your weapon?
Beowulf explained that he did not need to use a weapon. He planned to destroy the terrible beast with his own 2 hands. The king's royal page laughed and laughed at such a silly notion.
Silence! We must not laugh at our guest. He's here for a very important mission.
The king was not laughing on the inside or the outside. He was very concerned about Beowulf. He explained that the beast called Grendel was more evil than anyone could imagine. He told how it had came many times before and killed men in his kingdom. He told how everyone was afraid to enter the great hall anymore. At that moment, Hrothgar's wife, Queen Wilhilda, adorned in a beautiful regal robe, and followed by her personal servant, who carried the train of her gown. Wait a minute. This is getting a little ridiculous.
Just keep going. You are fools to fight such wickedness as Grendel without a sword.
I do not need a sword. However, I cannot fight Grendel without your blessing.
You are sure?
I am.
Go then. You have our blessing.
Beowulf left their presence so that he and his men might begin their mission immediately. Word spread quickly throughout the kingdom of Hrothgar of Beowulf's plan to ultimately defeat the beast called Grendel.
We hear you're gonna defeat the beast.
News travels fast. Good people of Hrothgar's kingdom, you have nothing to fear. I shall slay this beast once and for all.
You are wonderful, Beowulf.
You are heroic, Beowulf.
Everyone just go on home and don't worry about a thing. I shall rip its arm off as proof that it is dead.
The citizen presented extensive gifts to our new hero.
Brave Beowulf, I present to you these shoes made of nails to shod your feet.
Beowulf thanks you.
Brave Beowulf, I present you with this skirt made of mail to protect your loins.
Beowulf thanks you.
Beowulf, I present to you this sturdy breastplate made of mail to protect your strong, giving heart.
Beowulf, I can't wear this.
Beowulf was indeed thankful for the gifts he was presented.
Beowulf thanks you.
Beowulf's faithful warriors helped him in his new armor.
Beowulf, allow me to shod your feet. Your feet are ready for battle. Also, allow me to assist you with your skirt of mail.
You'll pay for this.
And I will assist you with your breastplate of mail, Sir Beowulf.
As his men clad Beowulf in his new attire, our hero stood looking like no other before him. The time of battle quickly approached. Beowulf hid in the great hall that night, waiting for the evil monster to sneak in for another attack. Suddenly, Beowulf heard a noise just outside the hall wall.
I can't hear anything inside this bucket.
Beowulf heard a noise outside the hall wall.
I hear a noise just outside the hall wall.
It was indeed Grendel, the most dreaded beast in all the world. Ugly isn't a word that begins to describe Grendel. Hideous is not an expression that begins to explain his repulsive appearance. He had eyes of terror and a mighty tail that laughed. His hairy claws were raised high above his ugly head, ready to strike down anyone who stood in his way.
I am ready to strike you down with my mighty claws.
Suddenly, one of the Dane's warriors, wanting all the glory for himself, ran in to offer his help.
May I be of assistance?
Many thanks to you, brave man first, but I can handle this feat myself.
Beowulf and Grendel circled one another. Looking the other dead in the eye. Beowulf shouted to the beast.
Come and face me, you beast!
Grendel let out a terrible howl.
Ow!
As Grendel drew closer to Beowulf. As Beowulf drew closer to Grendel, he ripped his claws across Beowulf's face. Beowulf exclaimed to the creature.
You will pay for that!
A terrible fight ensued. A battle between good and evil. Grendel bellowed.
Say goodbye to the world that you know. You must find yourself face to face with Grendel.
That's when Grendel turned and faced his enemy. Kidding. The whole battle ended when the beast's arm was ripped off.
Wait, where's the arm?
I forgot.
Grendel screamed in agony.
Oh!
At that moment, the arrogant Danish warrior by the name of Unferth returned.
Beowulf, I am here if you need.
Oh!
Sounds like sent the monsters that way.
The monstrous screams were heard throughout the kingdom.
Oh!
The townspeople were terrified of him.
The townspeople were terrified.
Grendel ran out into the village yelling,
My arm! My arm! Who will pay for this wrong you have committed against me?
the townspeople hid behind Beowulf in terror as the monster ran away in pain. Even though he had not slain the beast, it seems Beowulf had indeed done away with the infamous Grendel. Proudly, Beowulf summoned the king and queen.
O King Hrothgar, Queen Withia.
Beowulf, is it true?
Have you ripped the arm from the beast?
Indeed I have. And here it is.
The king king and queen present to their hero or praise their hero and decided to throw a mighty banquet in Beowulf's honor.
Bring forth the food and drink so we toast the mighty Beowulf.
Only
the best for our hero.
The king settled his people. He raised his silver cup and spoke regally.
We celebrate today because my kingdom is safe once again. Beowulf, you are our guest of honor.
And everyone cried in unison.
Hail Beowulf!
Hail me!
Hail Beowulf!
Hail me!
So the kingdom of Hrothgar, king of the Danes, was safe once again.
For he's a jolly good hero, for he's a jolly good hero.
Mother!
Grendel cried out to his own life-giver, who lived in an underwater cave.
Mother! I'm dying! I'm dying! I'm dying! I'm dying!
Grendel died! Grendel's Grendel's mother knelt at her dead son's lifeless body and cried out.
Grendel, my son, to see you.
But it was too late. Grendel was gone, and his mother would never know who killed her wretched son.
Beowulf did it!
Grendel's mother was blinded by anger.
I will seek vengeance on the stranger named Beowulf.
She looked pitifully down at her dead son and uttered one last sad phrase.
Grendel, my son, you're lying on a junk road.
Grendel's mother raised her boy to the sky and cried out in agony.
I can't see a blasted thing in this bag.
You will seek vengeance!
I will seek vengeance!
And with those fighting words, Grendel's mother swam to the top of her watery home. With those fighting words, Grendel's mother swam back to the top of her watery home and made her way to Hrothgar's kingdom. The next day, a theft was reported.
Your Majesty, the arm has been stolen.
Grendel's arm?
Yes. They were thinking about the door, but now it's gone.
Who would steal Grendel's arm from the rafters of the Great Hall?
Suddenly, Queen Wilthio rushed in with an idea.
I think I know what happened to the trophy arm.
She told of how when she was but a little girl, she had heard stories of another hard-faced fiend who was seen slithering about the kingdom, Grendel's mother. She explained how Grendel's mother was even more evil than her wretched son. Beowulf knew this must be the thief they were looking for.
Grendel's mother has come to avenge her son's death.
Won't we ever be free from these evil monsters?
Beowulf stuck out his mighty chest and told the king.
Don't worry, I shall take care of her.
I was hoping you would say that. May God be with you.
May God be with you.
So Beowulf summoned a soldier to bring him his sword.
Soldier, bring me my mighty weapon.
And to assist you on your journey, I give you one of our kingdom's fastest things upon which you may ride.
Beowulf thanked the townspeople and the king, mounted the stallion, and started off on his dangerous mission.
Wait! Surely you, the great Beowulf, aren't strong enough to be his last evil Grendel's mother. I know. Why don't you let me, the great Umber, come with you? Inside, I can protect you from my find out this as fast as a lightning bolt.
No, thank you. This is something I must do alone.
Don't be silly. Besides, my muscles are strong.
Away Beowulf ran. He didn't stop until he reached the watering pit. As he dismounted, the horse was so frightened of that horrid place that he took off through the woods. He swam down to the underwater cave, where Grendel's mother immediately sensed a human being was present.
Beowulf, you have killed my son. Prepare to die.
Beowulf didn't flinch. He looked at her bravely and said,
I shall destroy you as I did your son. Don't worry, I shall make this quick. Take
To make matters worse, the monster had her own hidden weapon. Grendel's mother slowly sank to the ground. Slowly. Her cold, lifeless body stiffened immediately. In the next room, Beowulf found Grendel's dead body and used the same sword to cut off the monster's head.
2 monsters in 1 week. Not bad if I say so myself.
With that, Beowulf swam back to the outside world. Yes, Beowulf had heroically killed the second monster. The word spread like wildfire. King Hrothgar was greeted with the news right away.
What's the word? Is Beowulf alive?
Yes, sire. Beowulf will be back right now.
The king and queen and all the people of the kingdom shouted in triumph.
Hail Beowulf!
Hail me!
Hail Beowulf!
Hail me!
Beowulf, you have done it once again.
How will we ever express our thanks to you?
Here, hang Grendel's head above the great hall, so all may remember that they're safe from this day onwards.
It shall be done.
King Hrothgar made a grand speech. He told Beowulf never to forget his journey to the land of the Danes and how he must learn from his adventures.
Beware and be forever mindful of the frailty of life, for life is only given to us a little while. Remember these things.
I will.
And with those wise words, King Hrothgar presented Beowulf with fine gifts and gold. Beowulf took his riches and traveled back to his home.
Bye, Beowulf.
Goodbye, Beowulf. Thank you. Your boat.
Don't worry all about that Beowulf, Scott. I'm here to protect you from any further harm.
Beowulf's great name lived on forever in the land of the Danes, as no one forgot the great feats and heroic bravery he performed for King Hrothgar and his mighty king. Hail Beowulf!
Hail Beowulf!
Hail Beowulf!
Hail Beowulf!
Hail me!
Bravo! This is worth every penny. I haven't laughed this hard in ages.
You're ridiculous. This should have been called Beowulf for pleasure, like a budget of 0.
I have never been so humiliated in my life. Who idea was this to make for cheap homemade costumes?
He made me.
Me? Don't be ridiculous. I didn't bring all this junk from my house.
Get out!
will now take a brief intermission to get set up for the concert band. At this time, feel free to explore the art gallery and the halls outside of the auditorium. Thanks.
City sidewalks, busy sidewalks, dressed in holiday style. In the air there's a feeling of Christmas.
Children laughing, people passing, meeting smile after smile.
And on every street corner you hear silver bells, silver bells. It's Christmas time in the city. Ring-a-ling, hear them ring. Soon it will be Christmas Day. Soon it will be Christmas Day. Silver bells.
let your heart beat.